Hi, my name is Mike. I'm making this video to demonstrate how to install the Truck Gear Direct Hunter brush guard on a 2007 Chevy Colorado. As anybody knows who's researched this before, this is not an easy prospect. I've installed one of these in the past on a 01 Blazer. It was easy, bolted right on. But with the Hunter brush guard, it looks like I'm going to have to drill. Got my drill over there. You know, also, if you probably found my video, you probably have already been researching this a little bit. You'll know that the Truck Gear Direct company, while they make a decent economical brush guard, their instructions suck and their customer service is horrible. I did try emailing them for additional instructions and got nothing. As is the case with so many people that have responded on the ColoradoFans.com forums. So I'm mostly doing this based on help from that website. Although the first thing I did is, and you know, from experience with having one of these brush guards before, I've coated the bejesus out of it with truck bed liner rubberizer spray and Rust-Oleum high heat paint to hopefully reduce the rust that'll happen on these things. Also got a little paint left over to cover over the bolts and the holes that I'm going to have to drill in my frame. But in any case, first step, let's take the grill off. First thing I'm doing is removing these little plugs here and over here. Looks like this is going to be really easy to remove this. There's also these 4 little plastic plugs. Looks like you just push down on that tab and then you can slightly pull it through. Okay, here it is. The grill is now removed. That did actually take all of about 2 minutes. Once I disconnected these wires, thread them, pulled them through those holes, and disconnected the 4 tabs. Basically just gave it a gentle tug all the way around, and it's these metal clips there. There's one down there. Looks like there's about 7 of them. 2 of them over here. Down there, right in the middle. I was easily able to reach right under the bottom of the grill and get to that. And then down there, and then 2 more right there. So that's the grill removed. This might be a good time to replace that crappy stock factory horn here that doesn't sound very truck-like at all. But I don't have a replacement horn at this time. You know, get one like my old Blazer had or something. Okay, now I'm going to remove this plastic cover underneath it here, and from the pictures online it looks like I'm also going to have to cut 2 slots through this plastic trim piece here, Valance or whatever the heck they called it online. I don't know, I just call it a stupid piece of plastic, but the looks like the brackets are going to have to run right through the area where this is sitting. But first, get this off. Looks like it's just 4 bolts. Here, 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 and back there. Let's see what happens when I pull those out. You'll notice I backed the truck up a little bit so I'd have a little bit of room, and I also swept under here. Sweep a little bit better, but the last thing I'm going to be doing is laying on the dirty ground. Okay, this plate, skid plate type thing is out. It was just those 4 13mm bolts, and then I had to rock it back a little bit because this little lower support here under the radiator was it sort of rests up here, so you just got to rock it backwards and down to get it out. You get time to change my oil, alright? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this trim piece off too. I already got one side of it off. or one of these little tabs anyway. Of course, this side's going to be harder. Should just pull out. There it goes. Alright, now this piece is hanging pretty well loose. I had to start the engine to turn the wheels. Okay, even with those bolts, those little plastic push pin bolts out, this thing's still being a huge nightmare to get off. So, but I think that being able to have those bolts out now, I can rock it up far enough that at least this will help me figure out where I need to cut it. I'll just push it up, bolt everything up, then cut the grooves in this, and then drop it back down. Okay, I'm going to take the front wheels off now so that I can get to where I need to drill those holes at. Oh man, do I miss the day when you buy a truck and it would come with a real jack. I feel like I'm going to sit here all day jacking this stupid thing up. Almost would save more time to go to the auto parts store and buy a better jack than the amount of time I'm going to spend with this dumb little bottle jack, but it's better than nothing. And the one I've got from my old car isn't tall enough to lift up the Z71 chassis here. Okay, with a jack stand under one side and that crappy bottle jack underneath the other side, I've now got the front end up off the ground. And looks like I'm going to have to start drilling my holes here in a minute. Alright, this is one side. It's just balanced up there. You can see where it would sit. The first hole goes straight through, but there's no corresponding hole back here on the opposite side of this. So from the instructions I saw online, and I can tell kind of feeling it, I'm going to have to drill a hole right between those two bolts, which is just lovely because this is actually twice as much thickness of material to have to drill through. Damn you, General Motors. Okay, here it is with the first hole drilled. Hopefully it'll line up. I haven't even crawled underneath there to check yet. It would have been easier if my junky old drill hadn't started smoking halfway through. But fortunately, at least I've got good drill bits. I definitely recommend these rigid cold fire bits for drilling through stuff like this. And here it is with those two bolts in, but not tight. One right up here, and then the other one in the hole that I drilled. Right up, holding the bracket on. Left it nice and loose. And now I can tell where I'm going to have to cut this plastic piece also. It's tough working them up in there. Fortunately, this little, I guess it's the air pump, does have a little bit of wiggle room, so I was able to push it off to the side a little bit to get the head of that, get that nut on there. Here's the bracket for the driver's side. It's starting to line up now. Looks like I'm gonna have to drill a hole right between these two pieces here. They didn't have a picture of this one on Colorado Fans website, but it feels like where it needs to go. Get the bolt for the front end in already. Hope my drill holds out. And here we go. Here it is with the second hole drilled now. It's right between these two little slots, whatever they call them, slots, like a mounting hole for who knows what. Again, keeping it nice and loose so that I can wiggle it around and adjust it. Those are, let's see, 19 millimeter, the heads on those bolts. Let's see. I gotta get some new license plates for this car. I hate that stupid band V&V Nation now, but it was cheaper to transfer them from my old car when I got this one. The bolt is up there behind that lower radiator hose. And my next thing is going to be to cut this, and up here those rickety upper brackets, the ones on my, when I did this on my Blazer, they just bolted right up to the bumper. It was nice. This setup here, from what I understand, you actually got to drop them down using a little wire and bolt them through the back of this. It's a two-piece affair, which it looks like other people have been custom making their own brackets that are a little bit more sturdy. Like I said, on the Blazer was nice, just went right to there, but can't always be easy. Here's the little bolts with the wires, because nobody posted any pictures of them online. They've actually got the wire just welded right to it. I was worried about it slipping off, but these things have got to drop down in here, and then you've got to feed them through a little hole right back in there. Feed them through that, and then you use that to attach these brackets, these elbow pieces. I don't know why they didn't just bolt it right to here. And here we are with the brackets attached now. Found it was easiest to just get it down in there with a wrench and tighten them up a little bit. Here's the brush guard attached to the lower mounts, the lower brackets, with just one bolt, so that I can swing it up and down to help line everything up. Got these on now, getting ready to line everything up and start bolting it on. Cutting through the front little air dam thing here. Still got to do the other side. Send up. Getting everything lined up now. Definitely going to be close, especially when I put the headlight covers on. I understand now why people were saying about shimming them out with washers and stuff like that. Alright, got the light covers on. I did have to put a couple washers behind that bolt and the same bolt on the other side to rake it out a little bit, but now I've got some room behind it at least.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the bolts were long enough.
Oh, it records sounds too, Mike?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. Also, when you talk...
It's getting dark out here now.
Yeah.
Didn't realize this was going to be an all-day project. But with the washers behind there, it's got decent clearance. Guess we'll find out what happens when I close the hood.
How was the run with the outfit? Alright. That sounds good as long as you're not cold. What's up, man?
Alright, let's see if it shows up in the dark. Getting this trim panel back on underneath was a nightmare. I had to cut notches to angle around the bracket there. And over here, hopefully this is showing up. But I hope damn night it feels like. Okay, good, that's lined up. This thing's still really tough getting in there. The other trick besides cutting these notches out of it, I took the bolt that holds the radiator out so I could lift the radiator up a little bit to wiggle this thing in here and angle it in. And that is now that job done. From the time I started, it's 8:43. I started it at 2:30, so 6 hours basically. That includes a lot of time spent cursing and going back inside for tools and drilling holes and cursing and more cursing. It's still got some clearance issues. You know, I can't even get my fingers between my vent visor here. I'll probably do what that other person suggested and see about getting some plates welded up, you know, some 1/4 inch thick, you know, something to go between these brackets here, between the light guards. But it's not quite as aggressive looking as I had hoped. The one looked better on my Blazer, but I think actually these were about the same size. Just the Blazer was a smaller vehicle. Center is quite solid. The light covers wiggle a little bit. Not much I can do about that, but hopefully it'll protect me if I ever. Reason for this, I've been in 4 accidents with deer, so I don't want to play games. The only piece I don't know what it was supposed to be for was this. What the hell does this do? But I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you can see it okay. If you did, you should check out my awesome roller derby team, East Coast Devastation, at www.ecdrd.com, and friend us and like us on Facebook and all that good stuff. Did this all by myself. The only thing was the neighbor kid helped hold these for me so I could bolt them on. Probably much better as a 2-person job though.